was actually my first commission. When I got into painting, I told myself I didn't want to do commissions. So back when I was doing photography and videography, kind of what started as an art for me ended up turning into a service, and at the end of it I didn't really feel like I was creating art anymore. I felt like I was more so creating a product for someone. So when I started painting, I told myself that I'd only paint for myself and have complete artistic freedom within my work. But here I am doing my first commissions. Now don't get me wrong, I am extremely grateful to be doing this commission. But it does make me think, is this still my art, or am I just trying to create somebody else's vision? I don't really have the answer to that at the moment. I've been kind of thinking about it over the last few days when I've been thinking about what I'm going to do for this piece. But I thought it could be cool to document this and kind of see what comes up. Alright, so this morning went for a little morning surf with one of my mates, and today gonna be doing 2 tattoos. Picked up a package this week, nothing really exciting, just more tattoo supplies. The tattoo that I'm gonna be tattooing first is actually from one of my paintings. It's kind of this cowgirl that's up here, and yeah, super stoked to be doing that again with like the whole commission conversation. Like, for me doing tattoos, I don't know how realistic this is, and obviously I'll learn a lot as I go, but I always want to try be tattooing my own kind of art on people. My goal of tattooing is to try and tackle it in a way that hopefully if I can create art cool enough, people just want my art for their skin. Sometimes I kind of just see people like reproducing a lot of tattoos, and I really want to like emphasize like the artist side of tattoo artists and actually be making proper art for people's skin. Whether or not that's actually achievable, we'll probably find out on this channel, but I've been super lucky so far to only tattoo my own designs. It's kind of funny just like having done so many different types of art now, I found that like all of them kind of get to a point where it's like, are you gonna keep producing the works that you want to produce, or you want to produce works for other people to like kind of keep doing that as like a job, if that makes sense? Yeah, I know these are kind of just all things that like I'm still learning a lot about, and definitely don't have like a set perspective on what I think is right or not right, and I don't know if there actually is one. But at the moment, just trying to produce the art that I want to produce. Before I kind of get into setting everything up and cleaning all my like little station that I have here, I made some pretty good progress on the painting last night. I'm trying to tackle this painting with as much freedom as I can. Obviously, for the people that watch my videos, the theme I normally paint around is love, and I think this painting I've introduced my own personal perspective into the painting very well as producing the artwork that the client's gonna like. So yeah, I'm keen to see how that all turns out. Yeah, so today, more tattoo practice, and then tomorrow is gonna be a big painting day, and I'm gonna try to see how much of this painting I can get done. I'm hoping that I can get it almost finished. So some of the stuff that I picked up was, I got some more wraps, which I normally get kind of the tree camo ones. Got some more hospital grade disinfectant, more disposable gloves, and also got some more thermal transfer paper. I've been using like real shitty transfer paper, and a lot of my designs I've been doing, like the stencil, have been like kind of rubbing off quite a lot. So it's nice to get some actual like proper good stencil paper. I'm not going to show too much of all the tattooing and things today, just because I like to be focused and actually work on learning whilst doing this, and it's on somebody's skin, so definitely want to be paying attention. But I'll get a couple of little snippets and things and see how we go. Alright, good morning everyone. Got the whole entire day off today to paint, so I'm going to try to get through as much of this painting as I can. This morning I woke up super early, so I got up and kind of did a rough outline of like the main figures of this painting, and I've just gone through and kind of ripped up all the collage imagery that I'm going to use, which I'll show you guys. The theme of this one is kind of like a pro-love painting. The person I'm making it for is in like a new relationship. I normally paint around the themes of love, so that's kind of like inspired this painting. Some of the imagery that I've got is these two that I'm going to pair with each other. Got like a little red roses and a lady and a guy out on their farm. Again, the person I'm making this for actually just moved out to like a farm place, so it kind of fits pretty well for their current storyline of their life. And then just got a nice silhouette of the couple and this kind of cool vintage photograph of like everybody looking. So yeah, those are the pieces that I've chosen for this painting. Again, these images are out of the kind of books that I normally use. It's a vintage Playboy magazine and a vintage House and Gardens magazine. One's from the 60s and one's from the 70s. So I'm gonna get straight into this one, put some music on and start pasting these in, kind of adding some more color all around the place and start blocking out some of the colors. So slowly getting there with all of the color blocking. It's kind of taking ages today. I don't know why. Sometimes this stage just goes fast and sometimes it goes slow. If you guys saw my last video, trying to really just like develop on that kind of style that I started doing in that video. Got a stack of oil pastels here, and the plan is to kind of just fill in some more parts of color throughout this painting, but with the oil pastels. Last night I was editing the YouTube video for you guys, which is my last one that I posted. And yeah, I was working all that day and working all day today. So I'm feeling pretty tired right now. If you're new here, I do landscaping throughout the day. Not gonna lie, I was thinking about this video and just like the thoughts I'd been having for this video. And landscaping is just like such a shit job, especially here in Australia. Like we have so much wildlife that can just like roll you. Don't get me wrong, I love like all the health aspects of it, like being outside and fucking getting exercise all the time. But like pretty much today, me and my mate are at this property, which is like half an hour, 40 minutes kind of out in the middle of nowhere, like easy 30-40 minutes to like the closest hospital. And my mate goes down to grab a weed next to me, and then there's literally like a brown snake just chilling with like 10 centimeters away from his hand. Which, if you guys don't know what a brown snake is, it's like the second most poisonous snake in the world. It's funny when stuff like that happens and then you're just like, I would take a commission over the chances of getting bit by one of those things like in any day of the week. Also last night, whilst I was editing that video of my like 5 artists that you should see, the kind of main artists in that, when I was doing all the research for them, definitely refreshed a lot of kind of ideas I had about the subject and things. The dude's just a crazy cool artist, so if you haven't seen that video, I recommend going back and watching that. But yeah, watching that guy's kind of videos, there's definitely a lot that I learned from him. But for now, I've got like a busy as week this week, so pretty much tonight and one other night is the only nights that I'm going to be able to paint. So I need to get cracking into this thing and try to get through as much as like all the outlining that I can tonight. So I got a stack of different kind of black outlining kind of mediums I'm going to use. Got just normal black oil paint, R&F black oil stick, oil pastel, then just a couple different colored pastels, and then a set of Poscas, and this kind of like fine line brush sort of thing. Alright, so it's like 4 or 5 days later since I was last doing some painting. Super embarrassing right now at the beach vlogging. I hate doing this, but I'm feeling super scat, so just not giving a fuck. Ended up doing a half day of tattooing, a full day of tattooing, working full time, and picked up like a random little side quest of doing
filming for like a burlesque kind of circus show. But yeah, where I kind of finished up last with that painting, don't know if I'm like crazy stoked on it. I think I need to like redo the horses and everything, just make it a bit better and make it feel like less placed in the center. Kind of gonna make the most of a bit of sun for an hour and then cruise back home and we can get into doing that.
You need to fly, and now's the chance for you to try the trafficking.
Alright, so back at my place and pretty much just spent the last few hours getting rid of the horses that were there and just redoing all the background and stuff. Kind of the first painting that I've ever done that's like a white background. I'm normally like not that into white background painting sort of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how this one turns out. Alright, so obviously the last clip that you guys saw was me painting over those horses. Pretty much those horses were so trash. I honestly don't even know like where I was going with that. Even the ones before that, now that I look at them, they're like just so shit as well. I was like trying to go for like real old vintage trad style. I pop up kind of like the references I was going for, but I think like I was just completely missing the mark on those. And then that mixed in with color and then having like a more kind of comic chick next to it was like just fucking looking horrible. I thought it could have been maybe like a cool contrast having like the two kind of different styles, but definitely was not working out. So the painting's finished now. I'm probably not going to put the clips of me finishing that off in this video. I'll put them in like an Instagram reel that I make or like a short that I'll post. I figured you guys probably just watched me paint some terrible horses for long enough. So I kind of just stopped focusing on filming as much and just wanted to kind of lock in and try actually make a piece of art that wasn't completely terrible. But yeah, overall now, like, pretty stoked for the outcome, final outcome. I ended up going to like the singular horse, and changed the complete style of it and everything like that, and I think it looks a lot better. I'm still like, I don't know, I'm in such a weird headspace after just like screwing up for so many times that I don't know if I'm like obsessed with this piece, but definitely liking it a lot more, which is good. And I sent it to the person that I'm doing the commission for and they're super stoked on it, so that's kind of like, that's a good outcome, I guess. So I'm not gonna lie, doing this commission has kind of reminded me exactly why I never really wanted to do commissions. I don't know, I think for me and my style of art, obviously there's like types of art out there, like if you're a portrait painter or landscape painter, like commissions are a completely different thing. But like for me and my art, like I just kind of struggle with the whole commission process. Like whenever I'm painting, I just am thinking about like whether the person that I'm making it for is gonna like it. Obviously this is my first one, but like I've done art and other things before for people, and that's just like, I don't know, it's kind of one of the reasons why I got into painting, so I can just kind of paint what I want to make, and then if people want to buy it, then that's cool. But yeah, I personally just find it like super hard to just be like as creative as I want to be, and I like to just paint the things that like are on my mind or things I'm thinking about and stuff like that. And yeah, I struggle to do that when I'm trying to paint for somebody else's expectations. So when I was actually tattooing my friend the other day, he's a really good musician, pretty much done music his whole entire life, and I was kind of just talking to him about the idea behind this video and just like what I'm trying to figure out or just share my own thoughts about. And he actually had a really good perspective, because obviously in music you can create like music that you want to create and put it out there, or like if you're doing pretty well you can also create music specifically for like radio and all that kind of stuff, or to like target certain audiences. And he just said something that like really like kind of resonated with me. He found that when he's doing things like that, creating his art felt less genuine. And as cheesy as that is to say, it definitely does feel like a lot less genuine when you're creating art that's just like for a specific reason, rather than just doing it because you like being creative, or I don't know, everybody has their own kind of reasons why they paint or do art and things like that. So yeah, it's definitely been interesting doing this like commission. Obviously sometimes need the money, so if people hit me up for a commission and I need some cash, definitely probably gonna do another one. But definitely prefer just like painting the things I want to paint and making the paintings that I want to make, and if people like them then that's cool, and if people don't then like
It's also cool. So yeah, I'll wrap this one up here. I'll show you guys the painting that I made. Honestly, let me know like what you think of the final outcome. I'm pretty like just have no idea what I think about it really. Slowly liking it more. My perspective on it will probably change in a few days, but yeah, let me know whether you like it or not. Pretty chill. If you feel like you reckon it's trash, say it looks trash. I'm also keen to hear like what you guys think about like doing commission work around your art and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, I think it's just a pretty interesting like topic, and obviously there's people out there that do it for a living and there's people that kind of don't do it, so I don't think it's like a right or wrong way of how you like choose to do your art, but yeah, just kind of interesting. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Feeling your skin, the night's getting colder. For